I'm gonna call the meeting to order at 6:31 on August 22nd. First of business is we have a citizen comment. We have Carla Cavan. Did I say that correctly?
Tavera.
Tavera, okay.
My name
Could you
is
please state your name and your address?
Perla Tavera, 13,000 William Dodson, Farmers Branch. I'm a city employee. I'm actually the Director of Economic Development, Tourism and Planning. We just got approval and authorization. We're doing a kind of like a restructure, and the historical park is going to be under myself now. So I'm here to introduce myself.
Excellent.
It's Company Economic Development. My prior experience was with Farmers Branch. I was the Deputy Director of Finance, Fleet and Facilities. So, any questions?
Did you say your name was?
Perla, P-E-R-L-A, last name Tavera, T-A-V as in Victor, E-R-A.
And what is your job again gonna be?
I'm the Director of Economic Development, Tourism and Planning.
I emailed you when you first came on. I did. Via Franca, Elizabeth.
Did I respond?
No.
I got a bunch of emails. Was it a
Off the record.
congratulations? Was it a?
No, I was like, I'd love to get together and
How did
meet
I
with
not
you.
get it?
I don't know, but I'll give you my
I'm
card.
actually pretty good at responding to emails. I'm gonna Google your email right now.
So, what other groups are under you?
Everything. No, I'm just kidding. I have economic development. I have
Absolutely.
tourism, the tourism team.
Okay.
And then I have planning as well. And so historical park will be part of me, which includes a venue as well, 1842.
Great,
For right now, that's it.
that's a lot.
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you for
Excellent.
anytime you would like.
I will be here.
So your office is here?
It's in City Hall. Yeah, I'm on the second floor.
And they're in that Parks and Rexville area?
No, I'm in City Hall, City
Okay.
Hall.
Okay.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, we're moving on to consider approval of minutes for May 16th, 2024 and take appropriate action. May I have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes as written? Need to take a minute and look at them.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Teresa, second.
A second.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Hold
it
on.
says that I was absent.
Yeah.
I don't know that I was absent at all.
I do know that Anne was out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I would just like to check my calendar really quickly if you all don't mind. Because I don't remember being absent from any meetings.
For the June meeting?
So,
This is
Oh,
from
I'm sorry, for the
May.
April.
May meeting. I have down you were absent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
May meeting, when,
I think you were absent.
okay.
Pretty sure. We did not meet in June,
Right.
and we did not meet in July.
May
That's right.
16th.
Didn't we move it though? Because, oh, I was, you're right. I was sick that day. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
I'm good with it.
no worries. All right, and second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're gonna discuss election of the board officers and the responsibilities and take action. So if you flip to page 1, we have the slate as following. Myself as chair, vice chair is Teresa, secretary.
That Ann was the vice chair, I'm sorry.
I think she was. I was not last time.
Well, you were vice chair.
Yes.
You were my vice chair.
And
No,
I
she
think
wasn't.
there was
Yeah, then we
something,
had
And-
that discussion and she corrected us and said she was something.
yeah,
Yeah.
she thought
And
she
you were
was, yeah.
friends liaison, right?
And I was friends with liaison, correct.
Oh, coming for this new one. For this new-
Currently. Currently, I'm the liaison for the
I knew
friends.
that, but I also
But-
thought she was our vice
No,
chair.
Ann was,
Yeah,
yeah.
was I mistaken?
Meaning this meeting forward?
We're voting for moving
We're
forward.
voting for moving forward.
Yeah.
So did you know if Ann wanted to stay as vice chair?
She did not say, and she didn't say she was gonna be absent. So we can,
What are the duties of the vice chair?
Well, to cover my responsibilities, if I'm not available, that would be holding a meeting, going to council, presenting the updates, going to the lunch, mayor's lunch that we have to inform the other boards, Now, I know Teresa's done
I
that
went
one.
because Ann was always not available.
Okay, so that's why I guess I thought you were it,
Yeah, I
'cause
think so.
I basically relied on you.
Yeah.
Because she was traveling so much, which is fair.
Yeah.
So that's the duties of basically the vice chair. The chair for myself is hold the meeting. I attend a meeting with the mayor. I do the presentations at city council. I give them an update of what we're doing here as a board and whatever else Hillary would want me to do, I would be more than happy to do, or the mayor to do. The secretary is Jenny, and she takes our notes
She does a fine
on our
job.
minutes. That's what she does. And then the liaison for the Friends of the Historical Park has been Teresa, and she is the liaison with the Friends. She goes to their meetings.
Trying to get them to have meetings.
Yeah, she's just trying to keep that organization alive and bringing back information to us. So, those are our positions. If anybody would like to nominate anybody else for the positions, we are very happy to take nominations. I think we're gonna have to table this for the next meeting, so y'all can think about if you wanna get involved in one of these positions. We'd be more than happy to have you. So we'll just have a motion to table to the next meeting for our.
I make a motion to do that.
Okay, second?
Second.
Smart. All right, great, thank y'all. All right, we're gonna receive an update of the event center.
Yes, so I spoke with Lynette and she gave me an overview that the construction, the day-to-day construction has completed and they are working on a punch list. So there's an extensive punch list and they're working through that. I know they've been having some meetings and getting with the landscaping. If you've driven by and seen, I think they've just finished putting all that in. It looks absolutely beautiful. I saw today, so the Parks and Rec Department has installed all of that, and today they were finishing up a stone walkway between the event center and the side of the general store, and it looks absolutely beautiful. They've done such a beautiful job on all of it. They're out there watering, so all the grass that's been put down takes root, and everything will look beautiful for the upcoming events and bluegrass and everything we have going on. So it's looking absolutely lovely. We've had, of course, several meetings in there and whatnot. She didn't mention on bookings, so I'm going to get that list from her, but I know they are finishing up all of the punch list items and getting the building complete, so it's ready for that. We have discussed about doing the grand opening in the fall for a date to be finalized. So as soon as I have more information on that, I will let everyone know. But if you haven't been over there recently, take a look because it looks absolutely lovely with all of the landscaping and everything, and the handicap parking's in, and it's just beautiful.
I'm gonna go after the meeting.
Yeah,
Thank you, Hillary.
sure.
Moving on, receive a historical park quarterly report for third quarter.
Yes, ma'am. So it's in your packet. We did have a very good, this is our third quarter, so this is April through June. Now this report does include a year-to-date, so the city's fiscal year runs from October through September. So this report includes October of 2023 through the end of June 2024. So when I say the year-to-date, I'm talking about that span, and then I do have a few reports that are just the quarter, the April through June of this year. So our year-to-date revenue totals, so overall revenue, so that includes our programming, rentals, everything we do as far as revenue coming in. Totals for the third quarter for this fiscal year have increased by 8% compared to year-to-date for same time last year. So that is an increase of a little over $9,500 year-to-date for this year of an increase compared to last. We did see for just this quarter, we saw a substantial 60% increase in revenue. When that contributed to, for overall, a 26% increase for this quarter in rentals And then we also, our programming did very well for this quarter. Some of the highlights were our cello camp, the charcuterie class, Mums and Sons, and our Girl Scout workshops, which I'll go into a little more detail on that one. For our rental, third quarter rental revenue totaled almost $21,000 year to date, compared to, compared to 17,500 for the third quarter for last fiscal year to date. So an increase of 18%, or a little over $3,200. We had 14 rentals for this quarter, which included 9 weddings, 2 meetings, a Cub Scout camp, that was a week-long camp, a photo shoot, and a baby shower. We also generated 43 hotel rooms for the Hotel Occupancy Tax Fund, which brought in a little over $9,200 in hotel revenue. These numbers do not reflect Venue 1842's rental revenue, so, but having an 18% increase for this quarter.
How do they designate hotel rooms that are because of the historical park?
We, when we do any of our wedding bookings or anything that would generate hotel rooms,
Blocks.
we find out about the blocks and any hotels that are booked. So then we work with the hotels and get that data, and so that we can report on it.
Got it.
For our overall revenue, our other revenue, the third quarter we saw a total of a little over almost $107,000 for year to date in other revenue, compared to $101,000 for year to date for third quarter of last year. So that's a 5.5% increase, or a little over $5,500 increase compared to this time last year, of our increase in other revenue. And that would include our art cello camp, which brought in about $5,500. The charcuterie class brought in $880. Mums and Sons, that's the Mother's Day picnic that we do, that brought in $620, and the Girl Scout workshops $400. Expenses, we did have a 3.75% decrease for our overall expenses, or about almost $22,000 in compared to last year at this time of expenses. So year to date for now, we've about $500 and almost $64,000 total in expenses for the year. Our quarter consisted of ground maintenance, which was about $24,000. This did include an increase to our current mowing contract, so that went up $18,700 for that. So that increase was included in there, as well as office supplies, which was a little over $11,000. This included one-time purchases of our new copier, so the big for the entire facility copier, and a new iPad. So those are one-time purchases, which we won't have to see again, which is good. Traveling and training. So this was for previously Tony Derrick, our grounds maintenance. His travel and training, he has specific classes that he's required to take every year. That came out of the Parks and Rec general fund budget, and so this year it was switched to historical parks. So some of those increases were covering his required training. He's the only arborist for the city, so there are certain training classes he has to go to every year, as well as normal historical park training and all, but that's what that refers to, the $3,100. Our wedding wire, marketing, program supplies, and the rest are general expenditures related to personnel, catering for our events, facility maintenance, things of that nature. So in summary, the revenue for the third quarter came in 8% higher for year to date compared to last year, but 60% higher for this third quarter, these 3 months, compared to the 3 months from last year, the quarter months from last year. So that was a wonderful increase. Our rentals saw a 26% increase for the quarter, and an 18% increase for overall year to date with the rentals. Again, we had 14 rentals for this quarter, the nine weddings, a meeting, Cub Scouts, baby shower, photo shoot, and 43 hotel rooms. Programs continue to be very popular, showing a 110% revenue increase for the quarter and a 5.5% increase for year to date. Our visitation, engagement, activation continue to rise. We saw 52 non-residents and 45 residents for our various classes and programs. And rounding out that third quarter, our expenditures saw a 3.75% decrease or savings of about $22,000 compared to this time last year. Does anyone have any questions?
I do.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
why isn't, the venue 1842 income isn't in here? Is it just because we haven't had very many? Because we have had a couple, right?
I believe we've had a couple. I need to find out on how we're gonna, moving forward, report those.
So, yeah, I was just curious to how that money is is it going into the historical park? If our expenses are coming from the historical park, from the wedding wire media, or that was probably for,
Well, the wedding wire was the ones that, it covered, did you wanna touch on that?
It should, so I'll have to go back, cause I'll be honest, this is the first time, but if it's coming out of that specific fund, the revenue should be, and I'm wondering, depending on the report, if you're pulling, cause it's a completely, this is my finance knowledge, it's a completely different org, so if you're pulling certain ones, we created a new org and object for it, so we'll bring that back next
so will the
time.
revenue and expenses be
Should
out
be.
of the historical park
Correct,
umbrella?
correct,
Okay.
everything in this
Right.
facility, yeah.
Okay, just make sure. Okay, thank you.
And then I had a question, I think you said the gentleman's name was Tony, and you said he was the only city arborist. So is his arborist training coming from historical park funds and not the general fund?
His arborist training, it is under the Parks and Rec, but he's always come, he's always come out of historical park because he is strictly, he's Parks and Rec department, but he does the maintenance out here, all of our grounds maintenance.
So he's not doing arborist things outside of the
Well, for the
historical
Parks
park?
and Rec department.
Okay.
Starting October 1st, everybody that's a park, historical park is coming out of my tourism budget, so. He would only technically be doing that, and if he was to go do something else, we would notate that, and then pretty much offset that expense for that time from the Parks and General Fund.
Okay.
We want every dime.
This needs to be allocated correctly.
Me
So,
too.
the 52 non-residents and 45 residents, that's including all the kids' camps?
That is including,
No.
let me check on
There's no way.
that.
Yeah, because those numbers are way too low.
I was gonna say,
We're more than that at Arcello.
it's normally what we have when we do, it doesn't, so our tracking with our visitation, we track, of course, with all of our programs. We
Yeah.
know when people
Yeah.
sign up and it goes through,
That is
all
low.
the tracking with that.
Very low.
And then when we have people on the grounds, we track those not, we don't always know if it's a resident out here walking or
Right.
someone else. So let me get back to you on that one.
Okay, because those numbers just seem really low
Yeah.
for all
And
the
they're-
classes.
Our numbers are definitely higher. This is what we know with the programs, but on the,
They're just programming classes, they're not like the fireworks show and all the other stuff.
exactly,
Right.
yes, that's does
So-
not reflect, Independence Day and all of that. These are strictly for
Yeah.
classes, but let me check on Art
We
Cello.
ought to probably
And the
make
Girl
a
Scout
note of
camp,
that,
I
yeah.
mean, those aren't all Farmers Branch residents coming to Girl Scout programming. I know
No,
for a
it's-
fact Dallas is
yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
So I would think that 52 non-residents would be very low just for the Girl Scout
Could that
camps.
just be adults that we're talking
Or
about?
maybe just the class.
The reason I was thinking, because I know when we do the trick or treat for the young kids, we had hundreds of kids last
Yeah,
year.
we
did.
Oh, and then our
Yes.
numbers never reflected that, and I'm like, we need to figure out how to make the numbers more true.
I mean, I
That
could,
would be a Parks.
Is that
event.
maybe just adults
So
maybe,
that's
or,
also the
no, even
difference.
that's low?
So the Haunted and the 4th of July are Parks events.
No, I meant, yeah, when we just
Oh,
give out
you
handy
guys
to all
have
the
the-
little kids.
Yeah.
You can tell I don't
Yeah.
have young children.
Oh,
no.
yeah, we had
Oh,
the
they
best
come here?
ever last year.
That was so good.
It was,
Fun.
I mean, we had, I mean, I'm gonna say 200 or 300.
But I could see how that would be hard to track, but
Yeah.
Girl Scout events and the camps would be, it's a registered item. And then what about the teas?
Well, those are on there, but we haven't had a tease that reflect
That's
these
not during
numbers.
this
This is
time period.
just, those numbers just reflect the quarter,
Yeah.
April through June. Those don't reflect the year to
Okay.
date.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yes, our year-to-date numbers are way higher. Those numbers right there would just reflect those
Okay.
programs.
Yeah.
I was not clear on that, I'm sorry. Yes, those
You
numbers.
stated it first though, that it was the
Yeah.
third quarter.
Yeah.
You
I
did
missed-
say
I
so.
missed that.
You stated it was the third quarter.
I did, okay.
You did say
To
that.
say that.
Anyway, thank you.
Yes, find out. Any other questions?
No. Okay, moving on. Receive a Farmers Branch Canyon Cemetery Subcommittee update and take appropriate action. We will have to move
That-
this
'cause that's
to the
Ann.
next agenda next month, and not
Who
here.
else is on that subcommittee?
Nobody on here.
The other members, Harold Dennis just passed away.
Right, that's what I thought, there's an
Yes,
opening. yeah.
Marjorie Cutler and Johannes Helkema,
Okay.
and then Ann.
When did he pass away? This month or?
Yes,
I didn't hear that.
Well, last week was the funeral.
So he's the last of them.
Okay, moving on, we're gonna discuss the Witness to History Award and take appropriate action. So in your packet is an application. We don't have anybody on the list from previous years that we've been waiting on, so we need to go out and find our recipient for this award.
Mrs. Glancy got it last year, is that?
She did.
Yes.
She did.
Frances was so happy.
Oh,
So cute.
Every time I see her, she's like, oh, it's so nice.
I know.
She's like, I gotta get out there, but she's having health issues. But I am thinking about Lisa Alexander. She's now done 7 international quilting books, and she's all about history.
That would be a
And
great
she
idea.
actually has some quilts at Peters Colony.
Mhm.
Shouldn't have any here
We
because,
need one here.
Yeah.
well, Janie Starks has several. I actually got one finally.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the
Send it
one I
back to
was
her.
thinking of. I
Her
can,
name again?
Lisa Alexander.
With 2 S's.
Yeah, it's Lisa Collins. She has 5 children that grew up. She actually lives in her parents' house.
Super nice.
Super.
Anybody else
talented
have
woman.
any suggestions?
That's a great
I think that's a great choice.
50 years is a long time.
Yes, this is covering, you wanna read the
Sure, so you
Parameters.
have to, 50 years as a resident of Farmers Branch, or a citizen, 50 years as a resident of Farmers Branch for a business or organization, and documented outstanding service contributed to Farmers Branch. Those are our requirements. In the past, we've had,
We had
pardon?
Turner's Hardware,
Turner's
Brookhaven
Hardware.
Country Club,
We
Marshall's
Marshall's, the
Barbecue.
Boy Scouts.
You
There's
want
a
the
church,
list
wasn't
from-
there a church?
I got from March
Okay.
2011 back.
Oh, good.
George Dennis and Howard Dennis were in March of 2011. 2012, there was no award presented. 2013, it was Webb Chapel United Methodist Church. 2014, there was no award. 2015 with Doris Taylor. 2016 was First Baptist Church of Farmers Branch. 2017 was the James A. Smith Masonic Lodge. 2018 was Farmers Branch Women's Club. Following year was the Civic League, and then the Rotary Club of Carrollton Farmers Branch, Brookhaven Country Club, Marshall's Barbecue, Judy Bird was 2022,
Yeah.
Sammy Perry, and then Francis Clancy was last year, this year.
So we haven't done a business organization in a while. Oh, they've been around for 50 years.
Messina's?
Yeah, they've been around.
And then he's trying to retire.
I know,
So
but that'd be a good
We
one.
need
Yeah,
to give him
I can
Yeah.
talk to him. Yeah.
Messina's is good. How long, is Jerry's Donuts still here?
But it's not
They're-
on.
it's not
the
not
same
on
owner
the
anymore.
name.
That's what I
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Um,
Mary Immaculate is celebrating 65 years. The school is celebrating 65 years this year. I don't know if that's significant.
Is this supposed to be like community nominated or us nominated?
I think it's supposed to be the board nominations. I'm pretty sure. So that's why we need to think about it, put some thought into it. Ask around other people that you know that live in Farmers Branch. Because a lot of people that have done a lot don't talk about what they've done, right? But other people know what they've done, so that,
Like Judy Bird was like pulling teeth.
right?
So I guess that's why I asked, because I'm part of a Farmers Branch moms group on Facebook. Like, would it be appropriate for me to say, hey, does anybody
Absolutely.
know anybody who meets this criteria? Send them my way.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. I mean, if there was a librarian that's been around for a long time,
Yeah, we never gave it to Nancy Watton. She would have been a
I
good
was
one.
just thinking, I can't believe.
I don't know if we have
I
anyone
wasn't
like
on the
her.
board then, but yeah.
Yeah.
So put your thinking caps on and we'll revisit that. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. Receive an update on Historical Park current projects and events and upcoming activities. Hillary?
So in your packet, we do have our calendar of events, things coming up. This one, the calendar in here covers from August 18th through November 10th. We have our passive programming, come fly a kite and paint the rocks and lawn games. We have a Girl Scout patch in a bag workshop coming up in October. Branch Arts Live, of course Bluegrass is not on the list here, but it will be, of course, taking place out here. October, when is that, 18th and 19th. And then Branch Arts Live is that Sunday, October 20th. Haunts and Houses, mark your calendars. That one is, we did move the date, so normally we have it on a Tuesday. This year it will be Thursday, October 24th. That is the same day as our board meeting. So if you're able to come out, that's the one where we do trick-or-treating for the littles, 0 to 8 years old out here. They, we have each structure, candy stations, and the kids come out. The Mansky Library is out with their Booville, and the kids come out and do trick-or-treating. So if you're able to come and dress, we would love to have that. And then following that, we'll have our normal board meeting at 6:30 that same evening. Then Day of the Dead will be very shortly after that on Friday, November 1st, which is a fabulous celebration. I'm really looking forward to that. Our charcuterie class on November 7th. If you need your family photos done, we have the photo shoot on November 10th. The Victorian Fencing Society will be out November 10th and doing demonstrations. So we have a fun-packed through November, and then of course Christmas coming up and more activities with that. Other areas to report. At our last meeting in June, I don't think I mentioned it, but we did have, at the storms at the end of May, we did have multiple trees and limbs that came down here at the park. We had quite a bit of damage. Luckily, structure, very minor structure damage, but the multiple trees that came down damaged the perimeter fence, so I think they finally got the log out of the fence over there, but we did have some damage around in numerous places around the perimeter fence. There was minor water damage to the ceiling in the Gilbert house, but that huge oak tree that was next to the gazebo area, it did come down. Luckily, it did not hit the gazebo, but it was very interesting. We had it assessed and everything, and said there was some area of rot, but where it came down was nowhere near that area of rot. But so that tree did come down, so it's been taken out. It did take out about 4 picnic tables, the lights that were there, as well as the maintenance area, fence, and storage area. Took out the lean-to. About 6 of our Mighty Light tables and about 100 of the chairs that we do for the Friends rental and use for various programs and activities. The string lights, I mentioned that. Luckily, the damage did not impact any of our structures, and we're very happy that it did not hit the gazebo, so it didn't, we've been able to block it off, so it hasn't impacted any weddings or anything. We were closed for about a week to get all of the tree limbs and everything out, and then we've had bids out, and they've come back quotes for repairing the area, a new fence for the maintenance area. We also have put in, which they should be delivered very soon, we're getting 2 storage containers, so it all luckily worked out timing-wise that we wanted to put in 2 storage containers in the maintenance area to help. As you guys know, we don't have much, we have a very big property with no storage areas, so that we've been discussing for a while having 2 put in there, so it ended up with the fence being taken out. It ended up working out where we can get those installed and then have the fence extend just a little bit and be able to repair all that. So we've had contractors out to look at it, and so that should be completed very soon. They'll be putting in a gate where the current one is, and then also one facing towards the gazebo, before you could just walk back there. So make it a little bit more secure that we can walk that area. So that's nice to be able to increase our storage, as well as the area back there and repair any of the damage. We had our multi-award winning Girls Make History Camp. That was in July, which kind of covers this one, but it was completely sold out. So as y'all know, we've won 2 awards on that, regional and state, and so it sold out very quickly and had such a fabulous time with all the girls. It was such a good group. We love that camp, and that one covers. This year they went all the way to the 1970s, so each day of the camp is a different time period, and they do crafts and activities and history relating to each day and each time period. They made a quilt, different snacks, but this year we went all the way to the 1970s, and they had a disco, which was very fun. Our Independence Day celebration went very, very well. We had great attendance. So for the Friends doing the chair rentals, their revenue that they brought in was $678.
We were sold out early.
Yeah.
Sold out.
You know,
quick.
I'd like to say that I think you need to increase how much were you charging for it? Was it $3?
$3.
I think it needs to be increased to $5. I would easily pay $5.
I would like to buy
$3 is
chairs
just,
that are the folding ones. Maybe we could get them at cost, and we could store them easier, we could buy more. You know what I'm talking
There
about?
is, I did have a note on here, there is because that would be their decision, there is a Friends board meeting on next Wednesday, August 28th at 2. So
Are they actually having that?
we have it on the calendar.
Okay.
And Johannes requested that date. Now that's a board
here,
meeting, yes, and here, 2 p.m. in Dodson. For that one, we will, I'll come back to the others, we will be putting in, we do ask for grant funding for certain projects to help for offsetting events, to help fund the scholarships for the summer camps, as well as Site Force. So the money rolls over for those, but we are asking, we have our new ask for Site Force. We will be putting in the request for that. We got a new quote, it's gonna be about $4,500, so that will be a request for Friends.
You what?
For Site Force, they are the company that
$3,
cleans the interior of the historic structures.
But you have to think about, there's a lot of family members, some people
Some
will
get
get
4 or 5
4 or
chairs.
5 chairs.
That's still
but if you
25, I'd
have,
pay
I mean, if you have
$25.
money to pay $3, if you don't have the money, you bring your own little
Yeah.
stuff with you.
You said Wednesday
And if you
the
sold out
28th at 2?
immediately, that means that,
Well,
Did
we
not have
sold
that
out
on.
so quickly, excuse me,
Well, because we
we
lost so many chairs.
yeah.
The zoo, Dallas Zoo does music over the summer, and they rent chairs for $5 a piece.
$5 is really reasonable.
benchmark.
We'll bring it up at the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you don't have to make change so much.
So
One bill.
you were there too, were you at the training?
I worked it.
Okay, so I have Teresa, Missy, and Jenny, did I miss anyone?
And Johannes,
And Tommy.
yeah.
Well, I'm just.
Yeah,
reporter, yeah.
That were, for the,
A
Chair
few
rental.
minutes, the chair rental.
yes, Johannes and Tommy were also there, and Tom from Friends.
Oh, yeah, he's always so good.
He's always there.
Yeah.
So that was $678 for that, and $21 for the donation box for Keenan Cemetery, the maintenance fund. We also had the Queen Anne Open during Independence Day, and so people could tour the Alice in Wonderland exhibit. That's where I was.
I was wondering where you were.
So
Yes,
cute.
I was in there, and my fiance Dan, I was the Queen of Hearts, and he was the Mad Hatter, and we had about 250 people come through.
Wow.
We always had the general store open, we had a bunch of people coming through there, but we really wanted to show off the Alice in Wonderland exhibit that we have up, and so, we got a lot of people through, so that
Nice.
was really exciting, and getting to see that. Let's see, I let you know about the Friends Board meeting. I do have the sign up for Bluegrass chair rentals.
What date is the bluegrass?
Bluegrass is Friday, October 18th,
Through 19.
and then Saturday, October 19th. We have Friday, I break these down every year from shifts from 4 to 7 and 7 to 10, and then Saturday shifts We have from 11 a.m. all the way through the evening or when it's sold out. I'll have this next month as well, but I'll pass that around if anyone is interested. Last thing I had on here, if you did not get your Christmas tea tickets, we are completely sold out.
Oh, I'm
We sold out in one day.
Wow.
So that, we
I think
normally,
you sold out the same day
Same
because
day.
I tried in the evening after
yeah,
work.
we were sold
and
out
it
by
was done.
5 o'clock.
So are there any plans to add additional seating? Because I thought that was part of the discussion with the venue, 1842, we would have, additional space, we could expand it. Is that?
For this year, we're gonna have it in here. We will definitely look in the future of possible other options. We didn't know, because it's 2 weekends, if what was booked and what might be coming up, so they wanted to keep it in an intimate setting in here. But there's possibilities of moving that. But we still have the 2 weekends, 2 seatings each, so a total of 4. And yes, that Monday morning they went on sale. I think I took a good 15 calls of people. It was nonstop, and so we've always sold out quickly, and normally like takes that first week, but that first day was really exciting to be able to say that it's completely sold out. I think that was ever. Does anyone have any questions?
4th of July was amazing. Did a
Great.
phenomenal job.
It was.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So many different food options, and
The band
everybody was
good.
joyful and happy, and it was really good. The band was good. And they were going around with their little sacks, and
The weather wasn't too hot, too horrible.
it really wasn't. It was really nice. The fireworks were amazing. You did a really, really nice job.
Fireworks are always amazing. I have a question about the Bluegrass Festival. Whose budget does that come out of, and what is like the cost versus revenue associated with that?
That's me. I don't have specifics. I can give you generalized only because I just did a presentation. So this is the last year that it will be outside. It's moving into an actual Dallas, what is it, the Galleria. So
Okay.
it's moving to the Galleria next year. It was at a cost about $300,000. So we're reducing it, making it a sponsorship basis, $50,000 a year. So we're saving about $150,000, and it's coming out of Hotel Motel Fund. So it generates some hotels, but not as much as the expense. So that was my first initiative. I took that to study session. Council approved a 3-year sponsorship, so I'll bring that sponsorship agreement and they'll move next year. We are moving it. It's going from October to the end of July, early August, because that's the time that the hotels need that space. So they'll give out some block rooms, and that's
Can
where
you,
we're at.
I'm sorry, you said the sponsorship was $50,000 a year?
For the 3 years.
For the-
Going forward. In the past, it was in the tune about 150 to 200,000.
And that's a city
That
sponsorship
was a
or a
hotel
third
motel.
party hotel motel
Yeah.
sponsorship?
City Hotel Motel sponsorship. Parks and Recreation, I believe, had a small budget for it as well. That doesn't include staff time. That truly was
Okay.
just.
Obviously, there's a lot of discussion about how we're spending money and where it should go.
I saw the report.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
blooming bluegrass is a hot topic of conversation considering other areas of cuts. Which is
Yeah, I'm finance background, so I think that's probably why he wanted me here.
perfect. Shifting gears, Bonnie is a gem. Girls Make History. She was very kind and loving, and I heard from 3 other girls who just said they had to attend, and 2 of them were not from Farmers Branch, so we're making, history with our little girls who want to come back every year. That they just love that camp. So
I'll make
please,
sure to pass
please
that
tell
on to her.
Bonnie
Yes.
she's wonderful. Unfortunately, my daughter didn't make it because she had a fever that entire week.
Well, so that goes under their next topic, which is receive an update from board members on park programs, events, and facilities attended by Farmers Branch. So that's a good comment for that.
Yes, we'll put it under that.
Yeah.
Girls Make History. We love it.
Okay.
Dallas kids love it.
And the
They
fireworks
say
is
that it
good.
has to be repeated. Girls want to repeat it every year. It's a must do for camps.
The summer musicals were fun this year. I only got to go to 2 of them,
They were
but
great.
Salsa was very swingy. I mean, yeah. We do a lot out here.
You sure do.
We have fun.
And yet there are still people that are like, there's a historical park? Like, seriously? I have just a quick comment regarding Dia de Muertos. I will be in Mexico City in the next week or so. So if Bonnie has specific random requests for things that she would really love, I could try to find what she might need. Because some stuff is hard to find here.
Yeah.
How about a quart of vanilla?
A quart of vanilla? Well, that's easy.
I
Yeah.
could use some good silver earrings, so that's on your list.
Can you buy the real vanilla here? I'll make
Yes.
you-
Yeah, it'll cost you, but
Where,
yeah,
the
Fiesta has it.
Fiesta?
I'm sure Whole Foods
It's
probably.
been
I'm sure
years
Whole
since
Foods
I've looked.
Yeah.
Rancho.
So if you ever go to
Where we
Mexico
go-
City, I
yeah.
can give you all the tips.
So is this where I went to the historical park in Huntsville? That actually, a guy, and I can't
Derek.
remember, that used to work
Yes,
here,
uh-huh.
works there. That is the best run park for what they do. They had docents at all the houses in the middle of the day and actually pouring rain. They had spinners, they are growing non-GMO, purple, white, fluffy cotton you could go pick and comb. They had some cool stuff. My friend that teaches 5th grade Texas history, she's like, oh, I have a place we need to take you. And the boys went with us and they were like, that was really pretty cool.
Cool.
But it's very different than ours. But they actually had an architect, I think from the university, talking about all the different mortise and tendons on their 5 different log cabin structures. Yeah, so he was, and they were like, you're getting special treatment, all you geeky engineer people. But yeah, it was very nice. And Derek was saying how we had updated our general store because theirs is still like all plastic and bags of grain and stuff. And he's like, we need to do something to generate some momentum they can have a postcard or something to take home. Yeah, so he is taking some of us with him.
Derek Birdsall, was that his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
And Jenny is retired now.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yay.
She
Thank you.
didn't have to go back to school on the first day.
But I do miss it. I miss the kids and I miss it.
Well, now you can volunteer at the PTO. I'm sure they'll take your time.
Oh no, she has plenty to do.
I
That-
still do scholarships.
Sorry, back to Dia de los Muertos. I volunteered last year at the craft table, and it was packed. I mean, kids could not fit in.
Yeah.
So if possible, I would recommend potentially doubling just this physical space, the table, getting another volunteer, because it was amazing. It was wonderful. Everybody loved it, but it just was so crowded and people could not do that. And then the bands and the games and whatnot were amazing. I'd love to see those come again because they were just really, really fantastic.
And the face painters were amazing.
They were
great.
We have the best pictures of us.
We do.
We had so much fun.
Yeah, for the boards and commission dinner, I don't know if y'all saw the.
Yeah, we did.
I pulled all the
That was
pictures out
great.
of fun, but there were some great ones of your face paint and everything. Yes, we've been discussing adding more crafts and kind of spreading them out a little bit more, so I'll make sure to follow up with her on that. She said she would have the sign up for next month, and we'll pass that around. As well as we'll have the haunts and houses, but yeah, we're gearing up for that one because that's a fun.
And the other thing that a friend of mine did on the altars, they had everyone write on the back of their pictures and made it a capsule kind of and put it in a box that they left and said to open in 10, 20, 30 years by people. So you're supposed to write something about the people in the pictures that you put on the altar, which I said, we didn't do that, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's one of the crafts we were talking about of doing the, like we create the mini altar and so, but I like that as the capsule. I'll
Yeah.
have to let her know about that.
I thought that was very cool. And you could do it like for the elementary or middle school maybe, I don't know. I just thought, it's kind of cool, or for the community if they wanted to.
Yeah, we'll have, of course, the big community altar and have that up so everyone can bring, and we'll have, just as we always have, if you haven't brought anything, we'll have the note cards and stuff where you can write messages, have the candle, everything. So, each year we want to make it a little bit bigger and better.
All right, I'm gonna adjourn the meeting at 7:15.
Is that the,
Discuss items
Oh,
for
sorry,
future meetings.
discuss, yes, we need to discuss items for the next meeting. So we'll revisit, the, Keenan Cemetery, and then we'll discuss the, witness award. and
Slate of officers.
Slate of officers.
Yeah, we mentioned all
And
those.
I'd like to add an item, I think we talked about this last year, but it never materialized. We discussed adding Christmas ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments to the general store during the Christmas programming. And I think
Said that
that
would be part of Friends to.
is that a Friends? Okay, and that's maybe
I don't know,
why.
they haven't done much lately, so we're
Okay.
trying to.
is that like commemorative historical park ornaments?
That's
or-
what I was thinking,
Okay.
yes. And I will always buy a Christmas ornament. Anything else, I'm like, But a Christmas ornament comes out once a year. Just a nice opportunity.
We did add, now they weren't commemorative specific for the historical park, but this past celebration of Christmas, we did offer items for sale in the general store, and we did have ornaments. We did the tea baskets. We got all kinds of stuff to sell, and we sold a lot out of there. But I do know there were specific ornaments that related back to the exhibit and all, but there weren't specific historical park branded ones, and that's what you're
Yeah,
mentioning.
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe one for each year, so that people start collecting them.
I know in the past they did that because we still have a bunch in storage that never sold, that were the different, like the die cut
So maybe we don't put the
kind.
year on them and then they just go.
We can bring all those out and make money. They're vintage.
Vintage.
That would be a good, party favor for the people that attend the Christmas tea.
It would be.
A
So,
commemorative ornament, and then, of course, we're
From
sold
years
out.
past.
We're sold out for the tea, but it would maybe like even double, like people want to get one.
It'd get rid of them out of storage.
There you go. Yeah, now it's sunk
The
cost.
white elephant
Yeah.
gift.
Right. Okay, any other questions before we adjourn? No? Okay, adjourning the meeting, 7:17.
Yay.
Thank you.
That was fun.